Yeah, a long time to see. Been wanting to review a couple of movies, but I didn't really know what to say. I mean, I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I thought it was a lot of fun. But other than that, I really didn't want to pick at it. And recently, I found a movie that I do want to talk about. That's going to be Across the Spider-Verse. Now, everybody's been raving about this movie, saying how great it is. Probably one of the best Spider-Man movies, if not the best Spider-Man movie. It's animation, all that stuff. Everything's so great about this movie. And I hate to be a contrarian on here, so I won't. This movie's great. This movie's excellent, even. I mean, where to begin with this? First of all, they actually took a villain that is pretty much, not known to a lot of people. I only knew him from one episode of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, and they made him interesting. They made the villain interesting first, and the way they start is not where they end at the movie. And speaking of the real stars of this movie, I mean, yeah, Miles is one star, and then Gwen Stacy's no one, at least from the trailer you saw. And they have really good chemistry together. Their personalities work well with each other. You could tell they want to say what's on their mind to each other, but they can't. There's some really good scenes with... I don't want to spoil too much of this movie. I know it's been out for a month or so, but I still don't want to spoil anything. There's scenes where they're interacting without interacting, and it's done so well. The animation, another thing. The animation in this movie is top notch. This movie deserves the Best Animated Movie Academy Award. I really don't give a crap about that sort of stuff, but yeah, this movie definitely deserves it. It beats out Mario, unfortunately, man. Oh well. Also, a lot of the voice acting is done very well. There's one character in particular. I don't want to mention who they are, but I will mention who voices them. They're voiced by Daniel Kaluuya, and Daniel Kaluuya is such a good actor. Ever since I saw him in Get Out, he's really good. He had a bit part in Black Panther. I liked him in that, and he was great in Nope. I still think that's my favorite movie from last year. And yeah, he does a great job here. And that's the character. When that character's there, I was like, I want more of him. I want more of him. Just like when Gwen Stacy and Peter B. Parker showed up in Into the Spider-Verse, I was like, I want more of them. Can I have a movie with each of them or even together? That's what I felt with Daniel Kaluuya's Spider-Man. I don't want to say which one he is, but if you hear his voice and you see who they are, you'll agree. Yeah, there's definitely want more of that guy. And that's another thing. There's so many Spider-Man, Spider-People, Spider-Things that it can be overwhelming for some people, but I enjoy the hell out of it. And not to mention, I was like that DiCaprio, just constantly. I know that. That's that. There's that there. I was like, man, I've done that twice this year already. This movie and Super Mario Brothers. I was that the entire movie. Yeah, great voice acting. Animation is top notch. I really, if and when the next movie is announced, they keep this sort of style, and they keep it as this level because, man, it is something else. I will say the warning about this movie: if you are photosensitive, you get flashing lights, kind of can trigger seizures. This movie, there are moments where that can happen. And a fair warning on that. So yeah, just like Into the Spider-Verse has moments like that, Across the Spider-Verse has moments like that too. So yeah, please be careful with that. Also, the Spider-Man 2099, I'm trying to remember, Oscar Isaac. It's good to see Oscar Isaac in a superhero movie and have it be him being really good. I mean, he was in X-Men Apocalypse. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but I do think it's a big step down from Days of Future Past. But this movie is definitely a big step up from Into the Spider-Verse. And man, there was so much that I was just looking at, just following. The action was great. The web slinging is so good in this movie. That's another thing that makes me think, you know what? maybe Spider-Man should just stay animated. Just make Spider-Man animated movies from now on. Because as good as the web slinging can look in something like No Way Home, or Far From Home, or even Amazing Spider-Man 1, it doesn't look as cool or as imaginative as what we see in animation. Into the Spider-Verse showed us that, and Across the Spider-Verse shows that even more. The web slinging is so great. And not to mention the actions in this. They not only do this web slinging well, they use Miles' powers, stuff that's unique to him in different ways in this movie that I really enjoyed. Not to mention, like I said before, I like the stuff with Gwen and Miles. I really like the stuff as well with Peter B. Parker and Miles. Their chemistry, they're not on screen a lot, but when they are, you could tell there's a genuine, I guess affection would be a good word for it, because he was basically like his mentor figure in Into the Spider-Verse. And how he is here is definitely different from where he was at the beginning and even towards the end of Into the Spider-Verse. And I like seeing his progression. There were a lot of Spider-Men and creatures, Spider-Men, women, and creatures, but man, there was a few on there. I was like, man, I kind of want more of that. I want more of them. But at the same time, I understood you need to focus up. If you had done too much, it kind of been like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or even the first Suicide Squad movie where you're juggling too many characters. They focused up and that works. And the themes of this movie are really good too. One thing that I have not seen a lot of people talk about, and that is parenthood. Parenthood is a big theme in this movie. Children growing up, trying to live their own life, and even parents trying to connect with their children, especially when they're going through changes. I mean, Spider-Man really has always been a story about puberty and growing up, even though in the comics Peter hasn't been allowed to grow up. But that's a rant for another day. But this movie does that well, and I really like the stuff with Miles and his parents. His mom didn't get a lot of shine in the first movie. She gets a lot more shine in this one, and the stuff with his dad is really good. And I was like, man, this is so good between them. That's the thing. Miles has great chemistry and great relations with all these different people, and even antagonistically, they work. That I'm like, I like Miles a lot. And it makes me get on his side, but at the same time, I also understand the other characters and where they're going, where they're coming from. This movie's great, man. This movie's excellent. And if and when they do announce the next Spider-Man movie, I hope it's not another 5 years. I'm definitely going to watch it. I am curious though how well it's going to do at the box office, how well it's done already, because the superhero movie genre has definitely been in a lull. A lot of movies have underperformed or even thought have flopped. And, Black Adam, The Flash has not done well. Even, what was the one before that? Oh, Shazam, Fear of the Gods. That one kind of bombed. And so, same with the MCU movies like Thor, Love and Thunder, Quantumania. And even, I don't know how Guardians Volume 3 is done. I did watch it. I thought it was okay. But this movie blows out of the water. But yeah, great movie. Excellent movie. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Who do you want to see in the next one, if and when they actually announce the next one when it comes out? And what do you think? Who's your favorite of the ones that you saw here, and who would you want to see in the future? I could probably do a top 5 who I want to see come up next. So yeah, I'm gonna try and bring something up new soon. I do have an idea. I want to do an America vs. Japan video, so hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. Until then, take care. Bye.